Hi there guys and girls, I just wanted to quickly introduce this video. This is the last of my PAX coverage for this year. This PAX video is only going to be 4.5 minutes, so you can skip this if you're not interested in the PAX stuff, the slideshows and that. But after the 4.5 minutes, I'm going to be talking in depth about Mortal Kombat X because I played it at PAX and it's a fantastic game. And I just wanted to let you guys know. I just didn't want you thinking, oh, it's just another PAX video. It's actually more so that this video is me talking about my experience with Mkx. So I'll see you guys in 4.5 minutes.
Software panel. We're going to be talking about Borderlands and Pre-Sequel. I'm really excited for this panel. It's clearly the best panel at PAX last year, so it had a great vibe. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to tell us.
Alright guys, so yeah, MKX, it was at PAX. I was lucky enough to get a fair go on it because I was covering PAX as media. Media gets a 1 hour on the first day on Friday before anyone else goes in. It's just media that we can go in and get an hour before the doors open to general public, just on the first day of the Friday. So of course, me being TMK, right, get there for my hour, I go straight to the Mortal Kombat booth, straight in there, right? So, and you guys saw me playing it. That was filmed during that hour in the first PAX video. And yeah, I went straight there, and it's the game is very I'm just thinking, how should I talk about this so I don't jump all over the joint. Firstly, I'll say the build they bought had Quan Chi in it and everything, so it was the latest build, I believe, of Mortal Kombat X. I did get to play as all the characters except Ferritor. The first time I played, I went straight to Scorpion. Always do that. It's got real nice menus. The camera sort of moves through the menus. I don't know if that's going to be like in the snow jungle, sorry, snow forest. I don't know if that's going to be final, but they've stuck with the same text that we've seen in all the videos. I guess that's staying. I'm still not sold on the sort of the text look of this Mortal Kombat. It feels, I don't know, it feels like it doesn't suit Mortal Kombat. That's what it feels, too stylish or something, and I'm not putting it down. It's just that Mortal Kombat's sort of always been more aggressive and in your face. Even with the text, when you think about finish him, you know, it's like the text comes up, it flashes, it's intense, it flashes yellow and red, you know, it's jagged text, it's like, you know, it's not really a font, it's very aggressive the way it comes up. And this one, I'm not sold on the text look. It comes up, finish him, and then it just feels smooth, and it feels like it's being sort of different. And I know this is just the text, this is just the GUI, right? But still not sold on it. And I didn't like the way the GUI looked on the, what do we call it, the super bar. You know, you got your enhanced, your breaker, and your X-ray. Right? I don't like the bars. They're like grey, and they felt like they sort of blended in the background. When I play, I sort of like to sort of not like stare at them, sort of just be able to see, like, and I know it sounds weird, when I play I really concentrate on like sort of almost one part of the screen. So when I'm fighting, I'm looking at like the Scorpion character, and unless I want to like think in my head, oh, what's my health like, I'll then like divert my eyes and look at the health bar. I don't see it all as one. Like I just do that. I focus my attention onto like parts of the screen, and so for that bar to be sort of like low key like that, I can't. Sometimes I have to then focus my attention onto the bar because it feels like sort of like it's supposed to be like, you know, non-intrusive. Like it's like real slim, and it's not, you know, it's like grey colours and dark. And I just liked the MK9 one, to be honest. It was really obvious what was going on with the MK9 one, and without even having to sort of concentrate on it, even just through my peripheral vision, I could say, ah, cool, I can see it. The S is lit up. I got super or enhanced. You know, X-rays. You know, I can see that without even sort of having to concentrate on it. So still not sold on the GUI. The variations are cool, but I'll be honest, guys, because I wanted to play as all the characters, and even though I played a lot during that hour, I sort of went through the game with Scorpion, and then I wasn't constantly changing characters, which is what I should have done, I'll be honest, guys. I just wanted to keep playing as Scorpion, and I was doing a few combos and that, but I should have actually just changed characters so I could have got a feel for the variations, because I picked Hellfire Scorpion first and just went through the game, and then I played Raiden, and I really liked Raiden, but I didn't get a feel for the variations because I just didn't have enough time to get to play it. And then when the show started, this was the really sucky part. They let you have, well, I thought it was sucky. They let you have 2 games, and you had to fight someone like else in line. I don't want to fight anyone. Like, oh, there were a few people I wanted to fight, friends and that. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, there were times when I just wanted to play one player just so I could fuck around with the game, right? And in fact, I was, yeah, the guy in the Warner Brothers booth. He wasn't a Warner Brothers guy. It was like some other. I don't know. There was some other people running the booth. It was weird. I don't know what was going on there. But he said I could have another game. And then when I went to have that other game, this was like on the last day that I was playing. He said, "Oh, you know, there's not enough time or something." And I got sort of really annoyed because I said, "Look, I need to play one more time, one more frigging game, so I could be Ferritor, you know, because I played as all the characters. Come back later," and it was, you know, like that. And then I went, "All right, I'll come back later." And I came back later, and the game was gone. So they took the game away at like 3:15 on the last day, even though PAX closed at like, what is it, 6 or something. So that was suck. That's why I missed out on Ferritor. But anyway, going back to Raiden, playing as Raiden was great. Playing as Scorpion was great. You might have seen in the first video I put up, the first PAX video, I was speaking to a friend of mine there, and he was saying there was input lag, and I was trying to explain it to him, and I hope I wasn't coming off like a douche in that video, but what I was trying to say is it wasn't input lag, because when I moved my character, if I pushed the button, the character moved every time straight away. There was no input lag like that. It was more, you had to be like spot on with the moves, like on the money, like back, forward, high punch. You couldn't be like, you know, back, forward. You couldn't be lax with the moves. It had to be like back, forward, high punch. You couldn't be like back, forward, high punch. It had to be back, forward, high punch. Do you know what I mean? It had to be like perfectly like inputted like that. And yeah, it felt very more like your precision had to be like on the money. And I'm not sure if this is a non-purpose thing, or maybe I'm imagining it. I don't know, but a lot of people were saying that in the booth. A lot of people were saying, I was trying to do Scorpion's thing and couldn't do it. And even me at first, when I first got in the booth, I didn't even go on the moves list. I'm like, Scorpion's harpoon, back, forward, square, nothing. I'm like, the fuck? Back, forward, X, nothing. And I'm like, that's weird. And then I kept playing and trying to figure it out, and it wouldn't work. And then I'm like, fuck this. And I went to the moves list, and I'm like, hey, what the fuck? It is back, forward, square. And then I'm like, back, forward, square. And then I got it to work. And then I realized you had to be right on the money with the moves. It was cool because, you know, and this is awesome. Thanks to, you know, the fact that I watch everyone and heard other people talk about the game they played at E3 and that. I was trying to get the fatalities working, and when they first booted it up, all the fatalities were turned off unless you knew the combination for them, because they had what's called it's called a development mode. When it's in debug, you just hold the analog stick down and push X, and it does all the fatalities at sweep range. But that wasn't on, so I was trying to figure out fatalities and nothing would work. And I was trying down, X, down, X, you know, down, X, because that's what it was when I played it in previous times at E3, and I know it's the same team and all that, right? So nothing would work, except when I was Devora. When I played as Devora, I'm like, down, X, and then suddenly, dun, you know, and that was her fatality. So I got to see a fatality before they actually enabled the sort of, you know, the one button sort of fatality sort of thing. Which was cool. I was telling everyone, down, fucking X with Devora, you know, because that's my favourite fatality too that I've seen so far. You know, so I got to see it. And the thing about this game is it looks 1,000 times better in person than it does in any of the videos you've seen online, in any of the media, in any of the shit on Instagram or Twitter or whatever. This game just looks amazing in person. Like, really, it does. And it's not just because, you know, even me, I'm putting up 60 frames trailers on my website and that. It's when you're playing it and you've got it on a big screen in front of you. It looks so great. Like, the backgrounds just look awesome. All the lighting effects and the particle effects and everything, all that stuff is so schmick. Like, it's amazing. There's a bit of loading before you get to a fight, you know, with the loading screen, you got the bar that goes across, but I'll forgive it because it looks so pretty, it's worth the wait, you know, and I'm guessing some people might complain about that, you know, having to wait and things like that, but, you know, for me it's worth it because the graphic presentation is just, it's awesome, you know, so, there's that. The sound, I got to hear it more on the first hour than I did later, because they seemed to like have the sound off, or you could barely hear it, which I really hated, by the way, because you know me, guys, I love every aspect of MK. And that first hour I could hear the sound, and I could hear all the speech coming through and everything, and the sound was great, the effects were great, you know, it was real crunchy and really, you know, on the money. Like, the game is so polished. Like, I couldn't, like, even though I'm not a fan, like, I'm not sold 100% on the concept of Mortal Kombat X, like, that aside, like, the visuals and the sounds and the programming and everything was just so fucking smooth. It was just so great, like, to get hands-on with it. Like, it was really worth it, you know. This game, like, people are going to love this game when this drops. Seriously, people are going to go ballistic for this game. And, yeah, so, like, the sound, the gameplay, the visuals, everything was fantastic. I'll tell you something to do with the gameplay that I found weird. When I was Raiden, you know, because I really wanted to do the Master of Storms Raiden, where he leaves the traps. And I'm leaving the traps, right, and I'm like, one trap over here, one trap there, and they weren't arcing, they weren't connecting, and I'm like, that's weird. And then I'm like, okay, they're too far apart, right? So then I did them real close, like one here and one here, and they still wouldn't connect. And to this day right now, and I hope I didn't miss something that's going to make me look like a total ass, but I did not know how to make them connect. I tried everything. I tried doing it as like enhanced. I tried putting them close together, far apart. I checked the move list, and there was nothing about it there. It literally said, you know, like, storm trap above, front, I think, and back. But it didn't say how to connect them. So I don't know how you do that yet. Because I was fighting against the computer, and I'm like, why the fuck, why did I get a... And you know what's annoying? Like, you've got the little thing there going, zzz, like the little ball of electricity. The computer can jump right through that if it's not connected. It's almost like it's not there. Which I'm not a fan of, actually. I think that's kind of shit. Because there's clearly electricity, even though it's a ball on the screen. I think if they touch it, they should get zapped. But the computer was just jumping through it like nothing, you know? And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Why isn't it going zzz? You know? So that's something I didn't get. You'll notice, or maybe you noticed, in the second PAX video I put up with all the interviews, that one of the guys I interviewed talked about Kotal Khan can be cheap. The reason he said that, if you look at me, I give him a sort of a smirk. The reason was we fought each other, and I used Kotal Khan, and I was being pretty cheap because it was actually a close fight. So I sort of didn't know what I was doing, and he was sort of mucking around. We're both MK fans and mucking around. But he almost beat me in that fight. He beat me in the first round, and the second round I had to come back and be a bit more defensive and a bit more concentrated, a bit more remember the throws and shit like that. And then I figured out sort of the what was I throwing? Kotal Khan had some sort of projectile. I was doing that. And yeah, still not sure about a lot of Kotal Khan's things, like the things he leaves on the ground, like the little statue things. I'm not sure about some of them. There was one beam of light that came down, and I'm like, the fuck does that do? Like, didn't seem to do anything. You know, I'm still real noob at the game, guys. You know, but it was such a treat to play it. And I played as Cassie Cage. I saw her X-ray, and that's fucked up. You know, she smashes them in the nuts, and you see the balls sort of disappear or go up or get obliterated. I don't remember. I remember just being, oh, that's messed up. And the coolest thing that I saw, though, because the two things I wanted to see was Scorpion's Fatality and Cassie Cage's X-ray in person. And I said to the Warner guy, I said, I'm not leaving until I see Scorpion's Fatality. You probably saw that in the video. And I finally got to see it when the fatalities got turned on later. I lined up again, and it was before this NetherRealm, what was that? That Twitch thing that NetherRealm did. It was before that. It was right before it. But it looked so good in real life. Like, I'd only seen that dodgy video that everyone's seen. But when you saw it in real life, the detail is just, it's fucked up. It's like the face just slides off, and they fall over, and the brain, like, you know, sort of just, you know, sort of falls out of the little brain cavity, and the tongue's like, and it's just, it's fucked up, but it's funny too. Like, it's just so brutally over the top that it's funny, you know. And like I said, I saw Devora's Fatality, which is another one of my favorites, where she throws the insects through them and they come back. And yeah, I didn't see Raiden's Fatality. I didn't see Kotal Khan's. I didn't see many fatalities, I'll be honest, because I probably should have just lined up and played it more, but I didn't want to line up all the time and have to be in lines all the time. And yeah, so I'm not even sure. Like, there only seemed to be like one Warner Brothers guy, and he was down. I only saw him like the first time I went in the booth, and after that it was always other people in the booth. It wasn't anyone. So yeah, I didn't have any problem playing the game, you know, if you guys are wondering about that. You know, I was wondering about that, if they were going to be like, you can't play the game, you hate us. You know, I wasn't sure if there was going to be issues like that, but everything seemed to be cool with them, so I just played the game. Maybe this guy didn't know who I was, I don't know. But yeah, I just got my hands on with the game and played the fuck out of it. But, you know, I probably should have lined up and played it a bit more, but I was covering the show too. I was covering PAX, and I was having a lot of fun at PAX. I really like PAX a lot. I've got a lot of respect for that show in Australia. A, it's in Melbourne, my hometown. B, it's the only PAX that's outside America that's still part of PAX, you know. PAX is an American show, and it sort of feels cool that we have a show in Australia that has a link to an American show. You know, American PAXs are very big, and I see a lot of potential there to bring out more international people and things like that. And it was cool that they had Mortal Kombat there. If this was any other game show, they wouldn't have had Mortal Kombat there, you know. And they went all out, Warner Brothers. They had a lot of, when I say a lot, there were 2 big Scorpion Mortal Kombat X banners at the shows. So it was cool that they did that, you know. There wasn't a lot of exclusive things brought out. Mortal Kombat X was one of the exclusive things. And I wasn't sure if it would come down, because they had it up at EB Expo, you know, a few weeks before, but I couldn't afford to get up there for that. And I was, you know, fingers crossed, hoping they'd bring it to PAX, and they did. And what else? What other exclusives were? I can't even remember any off the top of my head. I sort of just wandered around the show, and the 2K guys were great, and Microsoft were great, and you know, Nintendo were fantastic as always, and so were Ubisoft. I know Ubisoft's cupping a lot of flack lately, but they're really cool dudes. They're really cool to me. You know, even though I'm a Mortal Kombat guy, I've put up a few little Ubisoft things here and there and gone to events and stuff, and they're always really cool to me, you know, and that means a lot, because I'm just a Mortal Kombat guy, a Mortal Kombat site, but the respect goes a long way. And I know, like I said, I know Ubisoft's copping a lot of flack lately for things, but all I can say is dealing with them is an absolute pleasure, and dealing with 2K and Nintendo and Microsoft is always a pleasure, you know. And I didn't have any issue with Warner Brothers this time, so I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the reason behind that. I don't know if that's just this. Honestly, this guy probably didn't know who the hell I was. I probably just got lucky. But still, you know, it's great that I got to play the game. So yeah, they're on the thanks at the end of this. You probably saw on the PAX video, I put up a Warner Brothers logo, because I do appreciate being able to play Mortal Kombat X. It was an absolute amazing experience. I think I talked about all the characters. I was Sub-Zero. Yep, I was Scorpion. I was Kano, of course, because he's Aussie. Raiden, Quan Chi. Oh, I didn't talk about Quan Chi. Quan Chi is so fucking cool. And I've got to show you guys something. Just give me 1 second, because it's on my phone. So, like, I'm playing the game, right, and I'm Quan Chi, and there's these really cool, like, win poses. Every time you win, something, like, cool happens, and we haven't seen many of them during the, you know, the promotion of this game. But I'm Quan Chi, right, and when you win with Quan Chi, he says something I couldn't quite hear because the sound was on, but it was you know, it's sort of hard to hear. He says something like, la, 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 like that. And then he just does this laugh, like, like his Quan Chi laugh. And this, like, army of Netherrealm green skeletons, like, appears behind him. This army of fucking skeletons. I saw it and I was like, what the fuck? That looked fucking so cool. Like, I was freaking out going, oh my god, that looks awesome. You know, and we weren't allowed to film anything, but when they weren't looking, I grabbed a photo with my phone. I had to. It just looked so fucking awesome. And I've got the photo here. This is the only photo I took of MKX because I just had to. I had to have this because it just looked that fucking cool. And I'm going to show you guys right now, alright? I just have to show you on my phone though, so, you know. It's pretty decent quality though. Yeah, so that's the only bit of exclusive content I can give you guys because, like I said, we weren't allowed to film. Even though I probably could have filmed because there were times when I was alone in that booth. But I didn't because, you know, I was still kind of, I like to be professional. Even though I probably, maybe, I'm not sure if I was allowed to take a photo with the phone. A lot of people were taking photos with their phones, so I'm not sure about that. But I was specifically told no filming with the video camera, so, you know, I had to be professional, you know. But, it looked amazing. You know, fucking wind pose is so cool. Like, it's so Mortal Kombat themed. Like, and, I can't wait. I can't wait to play this game for, like, the story mode. Like, that's the thing I'm hanging for the most. And they've got that shit under so much lock and key right now. Think about it, guys. We know nothing about the MKX story mode. They're really keeping that shit secret. Like, we must be in for something really fucking cool. Seriously. Because, like, all we've seen is, like, character announcements, you know? And I'm hoping they talk about some other modes soon. But, like, they must be working really fucking hammer and tongs on this game. Because, like I said, the experience has just been amazing. Like, so smooth and so great to watch. And the sound and the graphics and the theme of Mortal Kombat's there, definitely, with a character like Quan Chi. I don't know what it's going to be like with the new characters, Kotal Khan and Devora and Ferritor. And not the biggest fan of Ferritor, I'll be honest, so far, guys. That's my most hated so much because, I don't know. Like, I like it's cool that the little ladies on the back and all that, but I hate these big characters. They're always slow and they hit you and do insane amounts of damage. And I don't know. I've never been a fan of, like, the big wrestler sort of characters. I always like the cool characters, like Scorpion. You know, he just looks badass, you know, like, and he's on his own. He's got a cool story, you know. He's not huge. He's not skinny. He's not small. He's a man, but he's got skills, you know. He's a fucking ninja, you know. Same with Sub-Zero, same thing, you know. But, yeah, MKX, I had so much fun playing this game. And I wish I could talk more about the mechanics, but honestly, I really needed to play it a lot more to get deep into the variations and things like that. And I don't know if I probably won't get to play it again before it comes out, because where are we now? Look, it's like November, comes out April, it's not far off. So yeah, it's been amazing having a game of MKX. If you guys get the chance to play this game, if it's for whatever reason, if it's at a show in America, or do yourself a favor and go there and play it, because it's awesome. It really is fucking cool. You know, and yeah, NetherRealm's killed it again with this. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Pax build, I guess I'll call it, of MKX. And I know I'm repeating myself over and over, but it was so much fun to play, and you guys are going to love this Mortal Kombat. If you're on the fence still about, you know, because the story and that's different, you really need to wait till you play it, because you'll be sold when you play it, you know. And I know it's going to feel strange at first with a big, an epic story change and things like that, but I think, you know, it's going to work out and it's going to be fantastic. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Sorry. Thanks for watching, guys. As usual. One last thing I will close this video with. This is the 999 TotalMK video. Now, you guys have been you guys and girls, sorry, have been fantastic supporting me since 2006. You know, I know a lot of you are old school, original TMK fans, you know, and I know a lot of you are new TMK fans, and that's fine too. I appreciate all the support. Doesn't matter if you've been with me from the start or if you joined last week or yesterday, it doesn't matter. But I am working on a special 1000s video, but I've been working on this thing for like the last few weeks, and I'm just going to come out and tell you what it is, because I can't really say the next thing I want to say without ruining the surprise. But I want to review Mortal Kombat on arcade, because as you guys know, I've reviewed Super Nintendo, I've reviewed Mega Drive, I've reviewed GameCube, PSP, Game Boy, Master System. I've reviewed everything Mortal Kombat's pretty much on. I know there's a lot I still haven't gotten to, more PC and stuff like that, but I always thought, you know, it'd be cool for the 1000th video, because I couldn't really do anything out there. I thought I've never ever talked about Mortal Kombat on arcade other than, you know, just here and there, you know, in random TMK videos. I'd like to do an actual review of MK1 on arcade, because that's my favorite Mortal Kombat, clearly. But as you guys know, or some of you might not know, my arcade machine hasn't worked for a while, and it's a problem with the screen. You can play it, turns on everything, but you can't see what's going on. So recently I found a place that sells arcade parts and things. They do up arcade machines near where I do my voluntary job, and they had a cheap converter board in there that converted to VGA, and you could plug a monitor in it and all that. And I took a risk on it because it cost me $30, and I'm like, let's see if this works. And I hooked it all up and did a whole lot of soldering and everything, and hooked it up to my arcade machine and plugged it into the monitor. Fingers crossed, boom, I could see the screen. As you guys probably saw the vines that I put up. So I was wrapped. I was playing the game. I hadn't played it for ages. And then I had to go to the next step. At first I was going to just film the screen, like, you know, with the camera. And I'm like, oh, that's shit, you know, that's like old school TMK. That's like, you know, 2006 TMK, filming the screen and shit. I sort of don't want to do that. I want it to be sort of direct capture. But the problem was that all my capture devices, there's no VGA in, and this thing only had a VGA out. So I needed to get a VGA converter box. That cost me $20. That converts VGA to what we call composite, that yellow plug that goes into your TV, you know, on all the consoles, yellow, white, red. The yellow is video signal, the white and red are audio. So I got that working. Beautiful. Everything was sweet. And then I'm like, fuck, you know, I guess I got to at first I was just going to let the sound come through the camera. I'm like, no, I'll get that direct too. I'll do that. And so I made an RCA cable that went from the arcade machine again into the capture thing. And that's a bit sensitive, but I know how to get it working too. Got that all sweet. Everything was perfect. And I'm like, you know, and I'm testing this with UMK3 and it's working. And then I pulled all my arcade boards out and I took them over and I tried them all. And I put Mortal Kombat 1 in to see that it all worked and everything. It all worked beautifully. But there's a connection inside my arcade machine that hooks up the low punch and low kick on each player side. It's called the kick harness. And there's one on all the Mortal Kombats. MK1, MK2, and MK3, UMK3, and MK4. And when I was doing all this testing, I never bothered to put the kick harness on. I just put the standard 28-pin jammer connector on and turned it on, and I heard the sound and the gameplay, and I was playing the game just with, you know, high punch and high kick, you know, just mucking around, and it was working, no problem. But here's the thing. When I put the kick harness on MK1, it was playing up. Now, that kick harness has always worked. I've never ever had a problem with it. And I thought I must have had it on the wrong pin, and I was moving it around, and no matter what pin I put it on, it was fucking up. And I'm like, okay, maybe something's wrong with this, you know, because I made this connector. I'll make a new one that's better, more solid, you know. So I did that. Same problem. And I'm like, fuck. You know, and so I started to realize that it was a very strange problem. And I'm like, hang on a second. And I took out MK1, I put MK2 in, and put the same kick harness on. It just had a different connector on the very end that went to the same wires, that went to the same buttons and everything. Put that on, worked first go, 100%. So the problem is, I have a problem with the Mortal Kombat 1 game. And I looked on the back, and I had some floods, not a while back when I had my arcade games in storage, and they didn't seem to be affected, but I noticed on the back of the MK1 there was a little, I could see a little trail where water had just gone down like that, just a tiny bit that had gone down the back of the board. And I'm like, huh, you know, so I cleaned that off, and it didn't, honestly, because I work in computers and that, water, if something gets wet, it should be fine as long as you let it dry and you don't have it on while it's wet. And these boards were just in storage. They were just in boxes. So there was no power running through it at the time that it got wet, and the water just dried up. So it shouldn't really matter. I cleaned up because it was dirty water, cleaned the dirty water or the dirt off the back of the board and tried it. But I've still got this issue where I can't get the low punch and low kick going. So here's the problem. I want to review Mortal Kombat 1 for my 1000th video. I'm already behind on all these videos because I've been holding off to make the 1000th video, the Mortal Kombat 1 review. I don't know if I can get this fixed. If I can't buy another Mortal Kombat 1 board, there's no money for me to do that. If I want to get the Mortal Kombat 1 board fixed, I've been told it's like $150, which is like the same price as buying a Mortal Kombat 1 board new, another working one. I've been asking around a few people, like the MAME arcade page on Facebook, and I'm gonna ask a few other people, see if they have any ideas what's wrong. I've taken a whole lot of high resolution pictures of the Mortal Kombat board to see if they can spot a fault. But if I can't get it working, I can either review the game with no low punch, low kick, which sucks, or I could just review Mortal Kombat 2, because I was probably going to do MK1 and MK2 for the 1000th, because, you know, they're the greatest Mortal Kombats of all time. So yeah, that's what's going on right now, guys, and I'm just hoping I'll have your patience a bit longer. I'm sorry there hasn't been videos, but if I put up another video, that's the 1000th, and, you know, yeah, it sucks, because I was trying to keep that 1 week thing going, but you know, Mortal Kombat, sorry, a TotalMK video, sorry, I'm a bit tired, a TotalMK video every week. I was trying to do that, but when we approached this 1000th, I couldn't maintain that. I had Pax, and now this 1000th video, and as you probably noticed, no word about Pumpkin Face video, because I couldn't do a Pumpkin Face video because it was the same day as PAX. I couldn't even go trick-or-treating with my friends' kids, which I normally do, because I was doing the whole PAX thing, and Halloween for this year for me was just fucked, so I didn't even think about a Pumpkin Face video, and I'm sorry if you guys like Pumpkin Face, but it looks like, you know, I could do it late again. I know, every year it's been fucking late. Maybe I'll just do a Pumpkin Face video at Christmas or something. Maybe I'll just do that, because, yeah, I don't like to not do it, but, you know, what do? I'm stuck. I'm fucking stuck. And it's just been crazy lately, and I've been trying to get all this shit working, and on top of this, I'm moving out of this house soon, guys, for those of you who don't know, which is probably all of you, except a few people. Yeah, because I can't afford to stay here any longer, and where I'm going, I'm actually going back to my parents' house, but they've extended their backyard and built a separate, like, it's what we call in Australia a granny flat, that I'll be living in. And it has power, it has water, and it has sewerage, and it's going to have internet, and it's going to be totally self-contained. It's going to be a lot smaller. My living room's going to be this room. It has a kitchen and 2 little bedrooms and a bathroom. That's all it has, you know. And yeah, it's separate from my parents' house, so it'll be my own little dwelling. It's going to be pretty cool. It looks amazing. They've almost finished building it, you know, and they've just put they've just finished the kitchen today and stuff like that, and they've told me it'll be finished on like the 9th of December. So soon I'm going to be moving out of this place and into there, and it's going to be, don't worry guys, I'm going to have a set again, a backdrop. It's still going to be the couch. It's still going to be this couch. It's still going to be me playing games and reviewing and everything. But you know what's cool? One thing that's always sucked about being here at this address was we were supposed to get this good internet in Australia called the NBN, the National Broadband Network, and there were a whole lot of problems with it because we had one government in who was pro NBN and they were getting it all out there, and then a new government took over and said fuck that and sort of stopped it, and it sort of fucked with the production of it. And I can tell you, 2 years ago I had an NBN guy outside this window installing cables, and I was like excited. I was going to get it straight away as soon as I could, so I could do streaming and better videos and faster uploads to YouTube and everything. 2 years went by and I didn't hear shit about it. And then I got a letter a month ago that said, you can get the NBN now, and I'm moving out, so there's no point. And that's why, you know, I've really hated that, because for those of you who watch my streaming and all that, I wanted that streaming to be fucking cool and, like, you know, no frame loss and HD and fucking just beautiful. And I wanted to have all sorts of things going on, and I had all these plans and giveaways. I had stuff. 2K gave me things to give away, and the whole thing just went to shit, you know. And I really got annoyed with that that Batman. The Batman box is right there still. The Batman streaming I was doing, like, all fucked up on Twitch, and all these like 3-minute videos. And, that was probably Twitch, but I was just so annoyed at the whole thing. I'm just like, that's why I haven't streamed since. Like, I'm just over it. But the good news, and I'm getting to that eventually, is that because they're doing all this installation at my parents' house at the moment, this new house. You know, they connected the water today and the sewer, and I think maybe the power all that was connected today. Yesterday someone came to my parents' door and said, we're installing the NBN this week in your house. We're putting what they do is they install a cable from the street all the way up to my parents' house, and they put a box on the side, and then if you want NBN you call up and they come out and connect it. So that's happening this fucking week as far as I know. That is perfect fucking timing. So once I move out of here and move into the new place, I'm hoping to have NBN connected so I can stream all the time, because I want to stream, guys. I want to do reviews still, don't worry, but I want to get on Twitch more, and I want to have a more of a community. You know, when I stream, I'm lucky to get maybe 20 people in the room, but you know what? It's fun, and I like that. It's got a good vibe going. And Ed Boon visits me sometimes. You know, but I'd love to have a better, more rich community. But don't think it's just going to be Mortal Kombat when I stream, because what I want to do is, don't worry, I do want to stream. I want to stream Shaolin Monks, and I want to stream Deception, and I want to stream Deadly Alliance. I want to stream all the Mortal Kombats. I want to do that. But I also want to stream all the cool games, like Bioshock Infinite, Last of Us, you know, Batman Arkham City, you know, I want to God of War Ascension, you know, whatever. I want to stream what I want, like cool games that are coming up, and this is still stuff that's in the works, and I just wanted to let you guys know, because, you know, you're my fans, and I feel kind of shitty about, you know, having the videos been slow the last months. You know, it's all just been, what do I do for this 1000th video, and then finally going, oh, I should do this arcade review. If I can get all this shit working, this could be like awesome, you know. And, you know, I got it all great, and then this fucking harness, this fucking, you know, it's probably a real mediocre thing causing this fault, you know. And yeah, I've got a few other things to try. I'm going to try forcing a separate ground from the buttons. I'm sorry, I'm just talking blah 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 talk now, but normally it grounds itself because the buttons have their own ground. Yep, but anyway. But I've got a few other things to try, and hopefully they might work. But I'm not hopeful. I think there might be, you know, a dry solder joint on the board or something. So, yeah, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me. Blah, 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 blah. But now you know. Hey, you guys want to see a photo of my house before I go? My new house? I'll show you on my phone. Let's see. So Quanchi. Let me find a good photo. Yeah. I don't have a more up-to-date one. This is an older one. They've done heaps more since that, but you'll get the idea. Yeah, that's it there. Yep. Yeah, so it's pretty gross. But they've done heaps more since then. They've completed the balcony and things like that. And yeah, it's really cool. And it's just my parents helping me out too, because, you know, I lost my job, and it's hard. The rent in this place is like insanity, you know, and my parents already were helping with the rent here, because there's no way. It's a big story. My parents weren't going to stay in Melbourne. They were going to move, but they were going to keep contributing rent so they could come down and visit me here. They were going to like come and visit me in this house, and then all that changed, and it's all just a big mess, you know. And so they don't want to pay rent. I hate paying rent, you know. Why not me pay them money, you know, pay them rent instead of paying some fucking stranger to live here. My parents' house is literally like 5 minutes drive away. It's like, if I could walk in a straight line, which would be that way, I could walk there in 5 minutes. It only takes 5 minutes to drive because you've got to go out and around. But if you walk in a straight line, you could walk there in 5 minutes, no joke, on foot. That's how close the houses are. So, yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be fun, and I'm hoping I can do some really cool things. It'd probably be, you know, from January on next year, hoping, as long as everything goes great with the internet and so on. So, and yeah, so thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you soon for that 1000th video. I'm not going to leave it too long if I can't get MK1 going. I'm just going to go straight into MK2, play the fuck out of that for you guys, because, you know, boom, you guys deserve a great video, and I'm hoping to do some great cool shit with this 1000th review. So I'll see you guys then. Peace out.